Wow. 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 All righty. Well, we're hold on. I got something on. Hold on. I got too many windows. There we go. Hey there. It just came on because they just said that Diddy will not get his second chance at bond. Diddy has been denied for a second time. I mean, okay. All right. So Diddy has been denied a second time. For those that didn't know, he went and tried to get his first bail overturned, his first bail denial overturned. And now he was trying this afternoon where there was a hearing at 3:30 and they were trying to get him out. He said he would, give up everything and he would stay away from women. He said he would stay away from women as his condition for bail. He didn't say nothing about staying away from men, but, and the judge said no. But I was following this. Okay, let me take y'all to Twitter. Shout out to everybody who was here. Sorry that we just started, but I just was like, oh my God. I thought the lawyer was about to say something, but he basically said, I'll talk to y'all when I see y'all later. So this inner city press site on Twitter was in the courtroom, I guess you would call it. Hold on, let me turn on some music. Give me a second. Child, this is too much. Maybe we should do violence. Because Diddy is never, honestly, he's probably never coming out of jail. I'm sorry. He's probably never coming out of jail. So this station here, or this account here on Twitter was given the play-by-play all afternoon. He says Sean Combs loses bail appeal in SDNY. Inner City Press asks U.S. Attorney Diddy offered private guards. Oh my God, he was giving up everything but the kitchen sink. And they said, nope. So he was declined. Let me see. Yeah, they were talking about, they must have been deliberating all this time because this is where I ended, where he was saying the judge said there's 13 contacts. So it sounds like Diddy was contacting people that he shouldn't have been contacting and he was trying to hide it. So this is the reason why they said that they didn't want him out, meaning the AUSA, because he's trying to intimidate people. So in order to try to get people to not testify against him or talk about this, that, and the third, he was contacting them, and that was their issue, with saying, like, even though he says he'll give up the passport and the poor baby got to give up her passport, they said the problem is that he got somebody else to use their phone to contact a witness, and then he recorded it, child. And then I guess he must have left the recording for people to find. So when they raided that house, they got everything they needed. But the thing is that what he's been doing with intimidating people is since that has happened. So he ain't learned his lesson. I'm not sure why people even have any sympathy for him. Now, I'm not saying that he all wrong, but I'm saying he freaking continued. He just like Big Tiff. There's no difference between them except for he got more money than she do. So he now gonna sit in here until the time. I guess he gonna young thug it out. Was saying also he reached out to a witness who he had not been in contact with for several years. After the grand jury subpoena, he used intermediaries. Child. Some people just want to be in trouble. I'm telling you, they just want to be in trouble. People don't know how to stop. People don't know when they're ahead and when to change course. Okay, so if you want to sit up here and continue to try to intimidate people and you know damn well what they're looking at you for and you still gonna continue, I mean, come on now, this is stupid. These are adults. This is you tossed it all away for some ass at the end of the day. Come on now. You should have went and used that money to go get some damn medical help because clearly he needs some. Now, I'm not talking about the ex. I'm not talking about the ex. People have ex however they want to have it. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? There's people that do things that maybe other people don't do. I don't care what people do, just the same with the ABCDs. I don't give a damn what they do. But child, since I've been checking out Twitter today, child, I done seen Brashear Gray. Do y'all know who Brashear Gray is, child? I need to stay on task. Let me start over again. Shout out to everybody who is here. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. We done jumped right into it. For those that do not know, Diddy tried again to try to get out on bail. He tried to offer guards. He tried to offer to stay away from women. He already gave up $50 million. They said, no, sir, your ass is going to stay here. His sons came out today, and it looks like the daughters are in California with somebody related to somebody, child. Let me go ahead and acknowledge Decline Management. I know this was from earlier today, so I don't know if he is here now. Thank you so much. He said the world is run by Diddy and Epstein clients. Child, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what's going on because this is half damn crazy. But I will, before I get to the next super chat, I will say if Tiffany Henyard ain't taking no daggone pages from this and she gonna continue on, not that she already hasn't been doing it anyway, you know. Shout out to Amanaz. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. She said, hey, y'all, all this fake outrage is too much for me. Child, have you been to the blogs? Because, child, I've been over there reading them and all that fake outrage. How could they do this to a black man? What? 1 minute, y'all, like, oh, we love Diddy. Next minute is, look at Cassie was right. Look at what Cassie said. We believe Cassie. We believe everything that Cassie says and Dawn and everybody else. Now the man finally got arrested. They did this to a black man. And you know they got to bring Trump into it. They didn't do that to Donald Trump. Oh, my God. I can't take you colors. I can't. You cannot stay focused for shit. For nothing. Like, what are we talking about right now? This is crazy. You 1 second you all on her side, the next minute they can't do this to a black man. Listen, it's the black man that you don't like because of what he did to the girl. Remember that part? Or y'all just forget it? Child, this is what's wrong with you biatches. Shout out to Live from New York. Thank you so much, honey. He said nobody charged with those types of crimes should be on house arrest in a large mansion or penthouse suite. You know, I didn't think he would get out any either, but you know, if Young Thug, even though Young Thug been accused of red rum, that's like the only thing Diddy hasn't been charged with is red rum, child. But allegedly they've added more charges or something, but I couldn't find documents, so we gotta wait on that, at least from me. Maybe somebody else has it. Actually, I have seen a couple people with it. Shout out to Casey Cat in the building. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. She said the defense keeps trying to make it about flight risk. It's more than that. Yeah, but that sucky lawyer is arguing apples and oranges. It's about safety for the victims and witnesses. Diddy, the SHU for you. I agree. That's exactly what it's about. Just that is the same difference of people thinking that the only way that you can get evicted is because you don't pay the rent. It's like there's other ways that you can be evicted, but the number one way is because you're not paying the rent, but it's not the only way. It's the exact same thing. Exactly. Because if Diddy knew all this damn time, like y'all in the comments be saying all damn time, the New York district, whatever it is, has this great percentage rate, 98% conviction rate. They don't lose, blah, 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 right? So if y'all knew that, then I'm assuming Diddy knew that. And he ain't leave. No shade. He ain't leave. Well, don't say it's for the kids. Because if Diddy was so caring for the kids, and I'm not saying he don't love his kids. I'm not saying that at all. But if his thought process was for the kids, then maybe he should have stopped a long damn time ago when the first one came out. Or maybe the second one. Or even maybe the third one. Or even maybe after the next two. And for people that try to act like he can't get another woman, which is crazy, we know that he can. Anybody with sense knows that he could actually get another woman. But the question is he going to be able to do what the hell it is that he wants to? More than likely, as long as he has money, any woman, not any, but most women will let him do whatever. So for him to go and do all this it's just about power. It's about power at the end of the day. You can't tell me nothing different. And he can be freaky. I don't care about people being freaky. They can be freaky, right? But this power stuff is really what it is. That's where I'm coming from with it. Shout out to Ricky Williams. I appreciate you, honey. He said, hey, Pumpkin, smash the like button, chat. Everybody, please hit the like button. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, hon. Shout out to Live from New York. Appreciate you. He said Diddy should have done his... Diddy should have did his crimes in Dalton. He should have, child. He honestly should have. I'm waiting for TMZ to give an update, but this their latest update that I do have, though, and I'm sure they probably said this, but I had to eat. Look what I got. I got water today. I got orange juice and vodka, which I don't need at all, and then I got some damn yogurt. I know that's an interesting combination here, but I be trying to do the right thing, and I have to stop drinking with these damn live streams, okay? Child, if you're drinking, though, let me know what you got, all right? What y'all drinking on, all right? Because we in here for a while. I'm telling you that right now. We here for moments, all right? Hold on. Jerome said Diddy should have been roommates with Russell. It would make sense. That's where he would go. That's why Russell is not here anymore, because of that girl that said that he did whatever. And he's like, I didn't do it. Russell, you've been gone for years, Ninja. Stop this. Why are you not come back? You ain't even come back to visit. You ain't even come back to visit nobody, Ninja. You ain't produced nothing for nobody. You know it's cheap to live in Bali, too, according to all the TikToks I be watching. But anyway, shout out to Amanize. Thank you so much, hon. She said, if he wanted to get rid of the victims, he could have done that long ago. No danger unless you're trying to get in the industry. Now, this is what I will say to that, Amanize. Like when we read the indictment yesterday or whatever day it was, they said it was known. Now, if we out here knew what we knew, I'm trying to understand why they didn't know what they knew. Adults was out here making their own decisions. Unless they was drinking from a cuppeth that was laced, that's a different story, because you know what I'm saying. But it's not like they didn't know either. There's women, I'm about to show you a video in a little while, just like I said about freaking Bill Cosby and even Harvey Weinstein, if he was out here, they still would go to him. But you know how they be calling out women all the damn time? Every single thing is about saying it's women, so people are supposed to elicit this empathy and be emotionally tied. Shout out to SKC, who had a live stream earlier, and he was showing Kamala talking to the NABJ finally. We'll cover that at another time. And she was over there talking about my mother. Girl, we sick of hearing about your damn mother. We don't care. We don't give a damn about your mama, okay? We give a damn about what the hell you gonna do in order to get shit better. But child, let me move on. All right, I digress. So Diddy, life in danger behind bars, a former MDC Brooklyn warden claims. Now, I don't know what MDC means, but behind jail. So this is what the jail looked like, child. They got a jail just right in the middle of the city, I guess. Pretty sure he is not in, what is it called? Open population or something? General population. I'm sure that's not where he is. He probably living in a nice spot that ain't got a bunch of roaches. Diddy should watch his back in prison because a former warden at the facility he's in says there are a whole lot of inmates who would see deleting him as a badge of honor. I can see that. I hate to say it. I can see, ninjas is out here deleting people for less. Hate to say that it's probably true, but I'm going to say that I'm going to have to agree. As you know, Diddy's currently being held in MDC Brooklyn, a notorious federal detention facility in NYC without bail. Sources with direct knowledge tell us Diddy's being held in the special housing unit away from the general population. Shout out to me in common damn sense. Shout out to Jerome that says MDC is Manhattan District Central Booking. Thank you so much. That's why we got to do this together. Thank you so much. Cameron Lindsay, former warden of MDC Brooklyn, tells TMZ's Diddy's location in the SHU makes sense because he's a target behind bars, with his celebrity status and the nature of the allegations against him potentially bringing him unwanted attention from other inmates. In fact, Lindsay claims some would consider deleting the mogul a badge of honor, so prison officials want to minimize access to the star. In the SHU, Lindsay says Diddy's lifestyle will be heavily regimented with just 1 hour of rec time. Child, why I think it said rectum. Child. I ain't shit. Let me see. Rec time per day and 3 showers a week. Oh my God, 3 showers a week. What the F? We're told family and friends will be allowed to visit periodically while his lawyers will have more access to work on his case. A day in the life of Diddy. Cameron says he will receive a 6 a.m. wake-up call, at which time he will need to make his bed, mop the floor, and generally keep his cell clean. Wow, you remember that mansion we watched when they went in there? And now he got to be in there being told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it? Whoever says Epstein, child. We're told he'll receive 3 meals per day, adding up to 1,800 calories. Well, he can get fit while he in there, child. Y'all need to give me that regimen because I need to hold it down to 1,800 or less. All of which will be prepared early and will wait in a warming box for them to be given to him since he's not in general population, meaning the lackluster prison food won't be particularly fresh when he receives it. Child, he should be arrested for this picture. Diddy has access to a commissary where he can buy smaller goods like candy, coffee, tea, and meat. You know that song? Cheese. And also larger items like sweatpants, sneakers, and a radio. Child, just give him his own clothes. He got all that. He got all that. Just give him his own stuff. James Cousarouse, attorney to the rapper Casanova. Where the hell he been? Who spent time at MDC Brooklyn. Oh, before he was sentenced to 188 months last year for racketeering. Is that where he's been? Tells TMZ conditions in the prison are even more dire than they sound. I mean, it is jail. Cousarouse says regular fights and assaults break out in the prison itself and in the SHU, he says. Diddy will have a very limited amount of access to the library and the phone. JK says it's harder for visitors to come and see people in the SHU because it takes a long time to get up to the SHU, and the prison doesn't allocate more time. So even with regular visitation, Diddy will still likely not see much of his family. Where Diddy mama? Isn't his mother still around? I'm not trying to be rude. Isn't Diddy's mother still around? I feel like we haven't heard from her at all. All in all, it sounds like Diddy will be living a pretty isolated life unless he's allowed out on bail soon. Well, that's not going to happen because we just saw that was denied. Okay, so good luck to that man. And hopefully they have him safe enough that he ain't got to worry about the general population, child. Shout out to Casey Cat again for another 5. Thank you, hun. She said, who's next? Jay-Z? Well, you know that's been the talk. Jay-Z, who's been neck deep allegedly for decades. Drake, Diddy's sons, that list is long. Now, it seemed like, to me, Jay-Z moved on up and out because we all know how he started. He was a dealer. And so he probably was in a J&G, I would assume. Where is he from in New York? Is it Brooklyn? I think it's Brooklyn. And he seemed to have come legit. He seemed to have, but that doesn't mean that things don't go on behind the scenes. I would hope Beyonce would have more sense than that, but who knows, child? Who knows? Everybody keep talking about Jay-Z. Shout out to Dane Scene up in here. Always good to see you, honey. Said peace, Michonne. Salute to you, hon. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Sank Fan in the building. Thank you so much, honey. Said happy Wednesday. It was WAP people Wednesday, but we ain't talking about no WAP people today. Happy Wednesday, Michonne, and peace to the chat. Can't help but think of you're going to jail. Subpoenas may be coming for Bishop Powerbottom and crew. Oh no, is that? Y'all really think that TD is about to be on up out of here too? Oh, Lord. Might have to watch his church service this Sunday. See how he looking. Child, that's crazy. TD.
I have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelmed? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed? I would have been. Have you ever been swallowed up? 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 Have you ever been swallowed?
TD Jakes. It's a lot of people in the line of sight. I gotta be careful of these words. In the line of sight Y'all already said Diddy. I'm sorry, you already said Jay-Z. Oh God, TD, Drake. Anybody else, y'all? Who else? Shout out to Mr. Gino. Thank you, honey. He said if I was him, I would have a lot of copies of those tapes. You know what? I saw somebody else say that, right? That he should have had all these different copies and things in different saves in different countries. And like if something happened that, you know, it would be put out. Because child, we about to be getting into some of this mess. This is crazy. Shout out to Supreme Tim being a member for 3 months. I see you. I appreciate you, hon. He said the same prison where Jeffrey Epstein lost his life for the same. This is the same. Oh, no, this is the same jail that Epstein was in. I didn't know that. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I did not know that. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. Good luck to that man, okay? Shout out to Casey Cat for another 5. I appreciate you. She said reports are that they're trying to flip Puffy for bigger fish. Curious who that might be. You know who that is? The people that's running the music industry. I know yesterday or the other day, y'all kept saying, where's Clive? Was it Clive Davis y'all were saying? Or it was somebody else. I can't think of his name. Maybe not Clive Davis, but it was somebody that y'all was saying that's at the top. Okay? Because believe me when I tell you, like I said, if we be knowing the little bit that we be hearing, you know they know what's going on. So you're trying to tell me that the people that gave him like his start was Uptown, right? So that was a part of, I forget who, but it was a part of up underneath of some other big record deal. So they don't know. They be knowing. They probably be supplementing, allegedly supplementing. You know what I'm saying? Supplementing. Okay. Child. Anyway, let me see what else we got here. Hold on a second. Because this whole bail thing then stole my thunder. Okay. Yeah, because that don't matter no more because you was denied. So let me let that go. Let's go over here to that don't matter no more. So let's go here because people try to act like women aren't responsible for the things that they do, right? So they are saying that he was a danger to women. That's what they were saying originally. Now, forget the fact that it's allegedly men and women. They only worried about women. And they want to be concerned for all these women. But then this here, when he was out here and people knew women are not worrying about damn Puffy. They wasn't worried about damn Bill Cosby. They wasn't worried about damn Kelly because they're going to go wherever they feel like going. And then we'll turn around and try to play like, oh my God. And people be falling for it. And I'm like, now, wait a damn minute. Are you not an adult? I'm sorry. Are you not an adult? And you think I'm supposed to give a damn? And I don't. So this is it says that when Diddy used to have parties, he used to collect people's phones. So here's an example of that, which Chris Brown does that allegedly. And so does Trey Songz allegedly. And I need someone to let me know how many women are not still going to Trey Songz with all the things that you heard about him and going to Chris Brown with all the things that you've heard about him. Bueller. But it's weird that women are still going to go to Diddy. Let me refresh.
Got everybody's phone now? Got everybody's phone.
Got the boy's phone?
Huh? Yeah. Where the boys at? Hi. Hello. How are you? Merry Christmas. Excuse me, I need the phones, guys. I need the phones. Need your phones. I need your phones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Quincy, I know you have 2 phones, Quincy. Oh, there you go. That's what I love. Yeah. Just Flow. So proud of you, Just Flow. Look at that. Got all the phones. Do I have everybody's phone?
So we got 2 cars. We got this car and the car over there. How would you like to?
I mean, yeah, we just gonna get him when we finish. Yeah, I can.
So let me first say that you see women there, right? You see women there, right? So when people try to say you got to give up your phone in certain places, people have fits. Look at the kids, the way they act when you try to say you can't take your phone into school, or you can't take your phone, you can't take your phone. They're willingly giving it up just to be with this man, regardless of what they hear. Now this is old, but it ain't that old because that's Caresha right there. That's Caresha right there. So it ain't that old. Young Miami, whatever her name is, Caresha. So even though she with him, and then all these other people are with him. So what did we think? What did we think? And I see these young girls right here. I thought they were his damn daughters. They look pretty young. They look pretty young, but they there and they willing to give up the damn phone. Well, you gentlemen, when you go out on a date, you tell them to give up their damn phone. What you think about to happen? Date over. What you think about to be happy? You're not my father. You ain't my daddy. You don't pay for this bill. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Now this looks like it's probably in like Europe or something, or California, but the point is it's definitely not Miami. But the point is that they still go. They will still go with this damn man. They will still want to be around him. They'll be willing to do whatever. But all of a sudden, it's supposed to be all this empathy and sympathy for you going someplace where you already knew that these things was going to be happening. So you're telling me that when people go to Diddy, knowing his reputation, that they don't think that they want to be one of the people who get with him, for lack of a better way to describe it, or they want to see it, or they want to be a part of it, or they want to witness it, and then they got all trapped up into it, and now all of a sudden it's supposed to be like, oh my God. I'm thinking no. I'm thinking you made your choice. You made your decision, right? Here you go. We got to stop acting like people are not responsible for their consequences. Shout out to Casey Cat. She said, Diddy has all that money, but I was following live tweets from the courtroom and he was a showboater and ish show. I assume that's what that means. He made the judge big mad. He needs a new lawyer. I've seen people saying that as well. I also think that the intimidation factor was a big deal also, and him reaching out to witnesses. Why would you do that, you jackass? Why would you do that? Of all things to do, after we just, again, sat there and watched them run on up in your house. And then remember when Misa came out and said they had a GUN to her kid, whichever kid is hers, head, and she was all outraged. And you still didn't stop, but now it's supposed to be, oh, but my kids, Diddy. No, sir. No, sir. You didn't even stop after that. Shout out to Casey Cash. She said reports are there trying to flip Puffy for bigger fish. Curious who that might be. Maybe I read that one. Thank you, hon. Shout out to Supreme 10. Thank you so much for the support, hon. He said the location of the Metropolitan Corrections Center, 150 Park Road, downtown Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn in the house? Shout out to New York on the map again. But child, let's see what the news had to say. Everything seems old now, but this was from yesterday. Diddy indicted. There are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried.
To an inmate, Sean Diddy Combs is denied bail on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering.
TMZ has been following this case for months now, and Charles Lati-Baudier is joining us to dive deeper into what is happening. Charles, I mean, shocking is an understatement when you hear the details of this case. What are your thoughts after hearing the indictment yesterday?
Good morning, Brian and Natalie. I got to tell you, my thoughts reading the 14-page indictment yesterday were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. That's not to say that they were necessarily even involved in any of the things that are alleged by the U.S. Attorney's Office. But if you're at that party and it turns out that that's when he set up one of these freak-off sex parties, or that it was going on in another room and you didn't know about it, there's a good chance that you're going to be called by the U.S. Attorney's Office. And certainly if you were involved, you would get a call, because they're going to want to know everything you want to know and may even want you to be a witness. I just think, we're just starting to scratch the surface of what this case, this case is going to touch and involve. And the feds have said that this remains an open investigation. There could be more charges for Diddy. There could be more charges for other people involved. And usually the way this works is once they find out other people are involved or were witnesses, they bring them in and they sort of lean on them. And it's sort of like, you're going to cooperate with us, or there's a possibility that you could face charges. So this is going to be a slow developing a case here, because we're just getting started. And I don't see how this trial begins anytime before next year.
Oh, I definitely don't think it's anytime before next year. Since y'all know the like the percentage rate and all that type of stuff, how soon do you think that the trial will start? I'm thinking maybe even a year from now, with as big as this crap is. Shout out to Mr. Gino. He said, I've seen this at NBA parties as well. I haven't been to an NBA party, but just hanging out by the Sixers, by what used to be known as the Spectrum Child, all over. Anything goes. Anything, people will do anything. Not everybody, but enough people, specifically women, will do anything for these celebrities. We already know. So all this outrage is just freaking crazy with regard to the freak-offs. It's crazy, but people indulge how they indulge. They still went. They're adults. I'm just saying. CIP said we should be able to risk our lives safely. Yes, right? If that's what you want to do, then you have at it. Yes, Casey Cat, you're absolutely right. He called the witness allegedly 128 times in a night. Sounds like a freaking a woman who got the grade A and don't know how to act. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Mama Gemini in the building. Thank you so much, hon. She said, dumb Diddy. Abso-damn-lutely. Agree. Shout out to Live from New York. He said, I hate that New York court doesn't allow media cameras. I feel like all the federal buildings don't allow cameras in, because what is his name? Joe Biden's son. They wouldn't let cameras in for him when he went to court, which he pled, I think he pled guilty because he went back for something else. Because I think personally he pled guilty so he don't have to go to trial. He can get sentenced quickly, and then his father can go and pardon him. And even though he said he wouldn't, I can see that happening. Shout out to Luke Hazley in the building. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Always good to have you. I know Luke Hazley be having the information too. We can trust Luke Hazley, y'all. Shout out to Dainty with another 2. Thank you, honey. Said Diddy's lawyer said we'll get the trial rolling. What lawyer does he need? Whose lawyer does Diddy need? He needs, Johnny Cochran is dead, so that ain't gonna work. And most of the rest of them are old and dead. I don't know. What lawyer should he have? Because, child, I just hear people saying that this lawyer ain't doing that great thus far. He actually was on a show last night talking. We're going to look at that in a second. We'll let Charles finish. And this is from Fox Chicago. Don't y'all need to be reporting on Big Tiff? Big Tiff, don't think that we forgot about your ass. You just on the back burner right now. And whoever was thinking that this came out just in time so that people could not be thinking about the damn election, we ain't forgot about that neither.
There are a lot of wild allegations in those documents that came out yesterday, including 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What surprised you the most about what you read yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, that, Brian, was was definitely an alarming graph of the indictment when you read that when they raided, I believe it was the Miami home, where they found 1,000 bottles of, and they said that these were items that were used at the freak-offs. There were also large amounts of drugs, they said, cocaine, ketamine, Molly, GHB, the rape drug. So, they said that the house, according to the feds, that was stocked for these parties that were going on. And then to read their description of how Diddy, as they say, lured women into joining these parties. And they say that he would meet them or lure them, get to know them and lure them in, thinking they would think that there was going to be a romantic relationship with him. And then it would turn out that they would be at these freak-offs where they would be forced to have, or drugged and forced to have sex with male prostitutes that he was bringing in. And that's one of the counts that he's facing also, is the transportation of individuals for a purpose of prostitution. So really alarming allegations laid out in court. Diddy, of course, has pled not guilty to all of it. And then the real kicker for him at the end of the day was that the judge said, you will be held without bail. And that means however long it takes for this trial to begin, he will be in a federal detention facility in Brooklyn, and not a very nice one. In fact, a fairly notorious one. So you got to figure it. He wants out of there, and he wants out as soon as possible.
Child, we know. Sorry, child. But what was I going to say? So they said that, again, they said he would lure women. We supposed to just act like there weren't men involved, but you want to say women all the time, not Charles, but just period, to make people just feel some kind of way. Were they not adults? Do we not hear that women who go into Kendra G talking about they get flued out? Is that X trafficking too? Because I really want someone to define the X trafficking. I really want somebody, not y'all, but I'm just saying, like, to really legally tell me what the hell X trafficking really means that you could get in trouble for, when that's all flued out means. That's exactly what flued out means, and people are getting flued out all the damn time. And just like Big Mac just said, that means you're participating in it. This is what he just said. You want to have a romantic relationship with Diddy. Who thinks that they're going to have their own personal, no one else romantic relationship with P. Diddy, and he ain't never going to go to nobody else but you? Bueller. I'm just confused. So I think that I'm going to be the ones. Child, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't got the sense that God gave you. I'm going to be the one that Diddy decide. That's what Carisha was thinking, I believe, allegedly. That's why she up there talking about, you, my girlfriend, we go together. And he looking at her like, bitch, you know, I got something waiting for me at home, male, female, whatever the hell I want. You can have whatever you want when you got enough money to have it. And that's what was going on. And there's a lot of willing damn participants. A lot of willing participants. Hopefully there's some text messages that they can try to get some of these charges off of to show and prove that they wanted to come, which is how Chris Brown got out of a couple of things, because of text messages that he kept. Remember when they were this one last time that I can recall, that the girl was saying that Chris Brown did something to her that was illegal, and she said blah blah blah, and he had the text message showing how she was crazy trying to freaking hunt him down and be in his face all damn time, just desperate. But we supposed to miss all that, y'all. That's not true. That doesn't happen. Not these poor women's. Shout out to Casey Cat. Thank you so much, hon. She said the judge stated in court that multiple witnesses contacted his office saying they had info for the case. His office referred them to the feds. So I had heard someone else say that Cassie, which I think we already knew, is already cooperating. So not only did she get the moolah, now she gets to put him behind bars. I don't have sympathy for her either. Because these people leave and then they go back, they leave and they go back, and then people will be like, oh, Stockholm Syndrome. No, it's you like it. You like the lifestyle. You like what it has to offer. You like where you got to go or where you can go, where it takes you, the spaces that it puts you in. My thought, my 2 cents. And that's the most important thing, to be able to go whenever, however, and to be able to buy stuff. And that was worth all the mess. Jennifer Lopez, I got to give her all credit. I have to give Jennifer Lopez credit, because the first time was the last time. And she said, F you. She said, I'm not doing this. She said, I'm not doing this. And don't think that Puffy didn't want no damn Jennifer Lopez, because he damn sure wanted that woman. She probably would have been the first Cassie. But she said, nope, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Now, where was Cassie going to be? I mean, Jennifer is, you know, she aight. I'm not going to say she's some great singer, but she a great dancer. She definitely a great dancer. Where was Cassie going to go? And what else was she going to do? I mean, I guess she can dance, but she ain't no J-Lo dancer. I mean, I guess she could sing a little bit with a little tune and then I don't have that clip anymore. So what else was she going to do? She a cute girl. She beautiful. But where does that get you? So now what happened? She ended up settling, and now she over there with the white man. Oh, I should have used that for that short that I did too. I might do another one. He don't have the money that Diddy did. You get used to that lifestyle and you think that you want to go backwards. You don't think that she basically is going backwards from the life that she led with Diddy to the life that that she did with her husband. I'm not saying she's miserable. I'm just saying if you live like you were royalty and now you living like us, no shade to us, okay? That's a big difference. Now you want to bring all this stuff up. You got the money in one day and here go the downfall. But I blame Diddy for that too, because he had the opportunity to keep it all under wraps and he didn't. And he played her for wanting to continue to move forward and not say anything. And she pulled that card. And now this is where we are. Child, crazy.
We're in this era right now, Charles, of men with power falling from grace in Hollywood. And when I think about Harvey Weinstein, you know, that was an open secret in Hollywood for a very long time about what he was doing with victims. Was this also the case with P. Diddy, that people kind of knew this was going on?
I will say this. There were always been whispers about his power and how he wields
power. Ain't that what I said? Power. Went straight to his head, just like Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein. Look at Harvey Weinstein, y'all. Come on now. Who the hell? Who the hell that look like halfway decent in their 20s want to go get on top of him? Goodbye. They did it for a reason. So if you want to sell out for the money and the fame and this, that, and the third, you're welcome to. You're not a victim.
Wielded that power. But I can't say I heard any whispers about these freak offs, and it's really alarming. You know, we were talking about it yesterday. One, these parties had a lot of individuals. In fact, the U.S. Attorney's Office says that the parties would sometimes go on for days. So there are a lot of individuals involved. And yet, and they say this has been going on for more than 10 years, and yet we didn't hear about that. So that means that all the people that were involved, according to the feds, that he managed to keep them all quiet, that nobody would speak about it. And that does sort of speak to the kind of power he wielded and the fear that people had of him. We're also talking about the fact that the beating of Cassie, which was captured on the hotel surveillance video, that was 6 years ago, and
alleged when
nobody knew about it. Nobody heard about it. Think about all the people that were at the hotel who may have known about it, people who saw the surveillance video and never spoke about it. And like you said, we're in an era where when things like that happen, people speak out about it. So the fact that no one did, and that it only took this, really Cassie's lawsuit before any of this started coming out, it does kind of speak to the power that he wielded, and that the fact that nobody wanted to cross him.
And Charles, what do you think happens next in this case? Members of Sean Combs' family have been ordered to give up their passports. He's currently in jail. What do you think happens from here?
Well, his attorneys, the first thing that's going to happen is today, his attorneys are going back into court. They've appealed the bail ruling. And like I said, I'm sure he wants out, and that's their first job right now is to get him out. They've offered a $50 million package for bail. That was rejected yesterday, but they're going to take another swing at it today. And then after that, what happens?
Child, who is this lady they keep showing? I don't know who that is. Who is that? Anybody know? With the silver thing in her hair?
Today. And then after that, what happens, look, he did surrender his passport to his lawyer, who should say the way his team put it out originally, they made it sound like he had turned it over to the authorities. He had turned over his passport back in April to his lawyer, as did his children and his mother. And their point was they wanted to make the case to the court that, look, we're cooperating here. He is not a flight risk. And they feel like that the U.S. Attorney's Office undermined that by raiding his hotel on Monday night and arresting him when they say he was in New York because he was more than willing to surrender. In fact, the plan was for him to surrender on Tuesday. And then for some reason, the feds decided to arrest him Monday night.
Maybe because they found out he was calling somebody 128 times in one day.
Diddy's attorneys think they did that so that it would look like he wasn't cooperating, and then the judge would deny him bail, which, as it turns out, is what happened.
Well, Charles, thank you so much for your thoughts on.
All right, Charles. Thank you for your thoughts, child. Moving on, child. Dane C said that lady was Dawn Richards. Okay. The girl from Danity Kane. I don't know who she looking like. That hairstyle is a little old, but all right. Whatever you say. Shout out to Live from New York with another 10. Appreciate you. He said, I'll give one thing to Diddy. He tried to do everything in his power to make Cassie a superstar Diddy, but she was just too born with no talent. Diddy. Oh, look, Diddy. I don't know. There's some things that are just impossible to do. People need to acknowledge that they may have some shortcomings and it just ain't going to happen. She wanted to marry that man. That's the other thing that we're just not going to try to act like we don't know. Cassie wanted to marry Diddy. She was waiting around and it wasn't happening. And then eventually people used to talk about that all the time. How long is she going to wait? How long is Cassie going to wait? Who thinks Diddy is not a person based on his lifestyle that someone should be like, yeah, I'm going to marry him? No. Let me go ahead and thank Lauren. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. She sent me a cash app, says showing love on my birthday from Lauren. Oh, happy birthday. You know what that means. Yay, everybody wish our girl a happy birthday. Shout out to Lauren. It's her 21st birthday, I'm sure. Appreciate your support. Child, I thought you were a moderator. What is going on around here? Hold on. There you go. Thank you so much for your support. Shout out to everyone who is here. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. So the lawyer went on CNN last night and he had some words. Okay. So here we go. We about to listen to him. Shout out to Casey Cat for 5 memberships. Thank you so much. As always, my girl. Appreciate you, Casey Cat. If you got a membership, please make sure you thank our girl. You guys are very generous today. Thank you so much as we mine our way through this mess, child. A mess it is. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. So it says, showing Diddy Combs' attorney on whether the star was surprised by his arrest.
Prosecutors were arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport to you months ago. They were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them. And so I guess the question is, how do you assure the court that that won't happen if prosecutors are saying this is someone who's attempted to bribe security staff and has already threatened and interfered with witnesses?
So I think the most important thing, even more important than the passport, is that Mr. Combs came to New York on September 5th. As soon as we realized that this indictment was going to be coming down in a matter of weeks, maybe months, but sometime soon, Mr. Combs got on a plane, left his home in Florida, flew to New York. I called the prosecutors myself. I said, Mr. Combs is in New York. Do you want to know where he is? If you want to know where he is, I'll tell you where he is, but he wants to surrender. He's here to surrender. They didn't want him to surrender because if he surrenders, they don't get to tell the judge that he's a flight risk and he's a danger, because who, as a danger and a flight risk, would fly to New York and surrender? So they didn't want him to surrender.
So since September 5th, you had known, you expected it was likely he was going to formally face charges.
So I really knew he was formally going to face charges on March 25th, the day of the searches. When Homeland Security searched his Los Angeles home.
I feel like we knew that too, or why would they be bothering? They just didn't have nothing else to do that day?
His Miami home and his airplane. I knew that day by looking at the search warrants. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. This is not my first or 100th rodeo, that this was going to come as a matter of time. What I realized in early September is that it was coming soon. And so it was time for Mr. Combs to come to New York, which he did. And let me just point out one very important thing.
Okay.
The prosecutors are seizing on something that happened 8 years ago. You know, this video that we've all seen, and it's a bad video for Mr. Combs, and he said so himself.
Which video? I guess they talking about Cassie, because child, when the freak off start leaking, y'all, I gotta figure out Rumble, because you know you can't do that here on daggone YouTube. When the freak off videos come out, y'all,
and he gave his apology. This is 8 years ago, and the prosecutors are talking about him bribing a hotel security worker. There was no criminal investigation. This was just a matter of personal embarrassment because he and the person in the video were in the midst of a 10-year relationship that was difficult at times, that was toxic at times, but it was mutually so. And this whole notion—
you know he gonna get in trouble for saying that, but I don't disagree with what he just said. Adults be participating, and that's it, that's all.
That Mr. Combs is forcing drugs on someone is just nonsensical, and it's going to prove to not be true.
Well, on that video, he initially denied the allegations when his then girlfriend, who is in that video, filed a lawsuit last fall. And we have that video. I should note, CNN was the first outlet to exclusively report on it. He denied that happened when she filed it in a complaint. And then when the video came out is when he apologized for it.
So I wasn't his lawyer back then, so I don't, and I don't think he denied. I mean, I think the lawyers were the ones mostly making the denials. I think they were denying sex crimes. I mean, because at the end of the day, the gravamen of that civil complaint wasn't a misdemeanor assault, which is what you see on that video. Not minimizing it, but it's a misdemeanor assault.
It's a misdemeanor assault. Okay, misdemeanor. He's saying it's not a big deal.
What the gravamen of the complaint was sex crimes, and he denied that, and he still does.
Well, and you're saying that this is all just about that one relationship, but when you read through the indictment, they say that there's not just one victim. They say there's multiple victims here today. And what I heard described was they said they have 50 witnesses or victims.
Yeah, I think it's 49 witnesses and one victim. I think if you broke it down, and I say that because count 2, which is the sex trafficking count, has victim number 1, and there is no victim number 2 anywhere in the indictment.
So you're saying that there are not other women, because what they were essentially arguing here is that he coerced and forced women into sex acts by using physical force, financial pressure, emotional abuse, and narcotics for what they described as these freak-off sessions. They saying that he self-described them as that.
Yeah, there's one victim in the indictment. That the charging document.
One victim does count, right?
No, of course, but I'm just not. It's not 50. I mean, what they did is a little too cute. Is it's 50 witnesses or victims. Well, it's one victim. That's all that's in the indictment.
Our reporter who was in the courtroom today said that he appeared to have a stunned expression on his face. Was he surprised that he was arrested last night?
No, he definitely was not. I mean, I told him myself in early September, you are going to be arrested soon, and you're going to be charged with racketeering, and you're going to be charged with sex trafficking. So come to New York. It wasn't a long conversation. He agreed. So we knew this was coming, and in fact, we offered that he would turn himself in.
So if there,
Pearl's saying the misdemeanor we just saw as far as Cassie is concerned, that hotel video, that's what he was referring to.
are these witnesses and victims, and as you're saying that you believe it's one victim and 49 witnesses who saw this behavior, that's pretty powerful though to have that many people who have, if they go to court and argue that they witnessed this behavior by your client.
Well,
what's your defense against that?
So my defense is very well established. I interviewed myself, the different men who.
Tustin, let me turn this music off so I can hear myself. Hold on. I know it sounds good, but it's annoying. All right, I hear me. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that.
You know, we're being brought sort of into Mr. Combs and this person's, intimate situation. I've flown around the country. I've interviewed a large number of them. There's not the slightest inkling, according to the interviews that I've done, of anything that's coercive, non-consensual. Nobody was too drunk. Nobody was too high. These were adults in a relationship. This is a 10-year relationship. We can't forget that. This is a 10-year relationship.
So in other words, he's saying what I said. Everybody an adult around here. That's what he's saying.
And it was adults and consensual, and everybody who was there wanted to be there. So I feel very confident in our position.
You said you interviewed the men, but what about the women?
I haven't interviewed the woman. The woman's not available to me. She's presumably a grand jury witness, and we would not. We cannot try to interview a grand jury witness.
And you don't think that there are any other women who are going to say that they were coerced into this, given drugs?
Again, you hear her saying the same thing. Any other women? If there's men like Lil Rod and whoever the hell else, that dude in prison, which that 100 million got knocked out. We started watching that video the other day. But they just want to focus on the women, another women. Women they'll come out and say whatever, but it's about what can you prove is the question. Because we saw that woman who said that she was underage. She was raped allegedly when she was in her state. And then afterwards they said, oh, you want to go meet Puffy? She said, yeah. And she was of legal age in New York. But because I think it was because you said it was fed that the age changes, which is complete and utter BS. So, you know, Diddy probably need a team just like OJ had, a whole team of lawyers, because I can see some holes being poked in some of this stuff.
And essentially, as prosecutors were saying that that's what kept them compliant.
So there are a lot of women in these civil cases. There's been a mountain of civil cases ever since the civil case that was filed in November. I don't see them as victims in the indictment. That's my point.
And so when you talk about that video of Cassie Ventura, that was his then girlfriend, in the video, I mean, just when you saw that, you said it's a bad video. It's pretty difficult to watch.
It is, no question. So let me tell you what happened.
Will that be used as evidence in court, do you think?
100%, 100%.
Girl,
so what I said in court today, and I'll say it again here, is the two of them were in a hotel. It was just the two of them in a hotel.
Child kicked my husband in the ass like that before. Get up.
She found out that he was seeing someone else. She was going through his phone. She hit him in the head with his own phone. And then she walks into the hallway with two bags. One of the bags has all of his clothing stinking from him, which is why he runs out in a towel. So this isn't her fleeing from one of these freak-offs. Why would she
He should have came out there with no towel on. That would have been more interesting.
take his clothing? That's not what it is. And when the evidence comes out, this is going to be completely different than the government's portrayed it.
But on this video, and I just want to show that again now, how do you defend against allegations that he hit, kicked, and dragged women when he...
She really wants to play on this woman thing. Girl. She also went back. You don't want to say that. She also stayed. She also got away and went back. She also was there trying to get married. She loved the damn man. Are we going to try to act like that's not true? How many? Listen. These people need to stop. You're not going to make me feel sorry for Cassie. You're just not. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I'm never going to feel sorry for Cassie. There's plenty of stories that we have seen and watched ourselves where people they say it ain't no good if you don't get knocked over the head between the washer and the dryer. Y'all remember that? That's what they like. That's what they want. Okay. So all this poor Cassie. No. You participated. You wanted to be there. That life of wherever he was just now and a second ago with Carisha, which looked like Europe, Saint-Tropez or something like that, probably Italy, whatever, someplace over there. And you can go into Gucci, Fucci, Poochie, and Lucci whenever you want to. You can live over here when you feel like it. You can stay with him when you feel like it. There's a price for that shit. Why are people acting like this is like some great revelation? Some great revelation that a man who has so much power, let's be honest, Diddy is not cute. Diddy ain't never been cute. I mean, he's improved his looks, but child, it was never a time where I was like, hey, Diddy. No. Jay-Z, he ain't never been cute. Ain't never been a time, hey, Jay-Z. Now, LL Cool J, whoo, Lord, always and forever, okay? So please stop this. He got money, he got status, he got power. And they wanted some of it. At least Carisha can admit it. She fell in love with him, I believe. But at least she admitted it. She wanted to get the stuff and she wanted to be where she needed to be. She wanted to improve her damn career. And he's the one that could do it for her. Those people over there with Bill Cosby. Again, that was a time where everybody knew what was going on and it was allowed. And I use air quotes with that. But after it happened, you went back and somebody wants some empathy and sympathy from everybody else. Goodbye. Goodbye.
He's on video hitting, kicking, and dragging a woman.
Sure, he's not charged with hitting, kicking, and dragging a woman. He's charged with sex trafficking, and he didn't traffic anybody.
But he's charged with a conspiracy here where he was using physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial pressure, as prosecutors allege, to keep these women in his fold. Maybe just Cassie Ventura, but keeping these women in the fold.
Cassie Ventura lived by herself. She had her own house. She had a family. She had a career. And he was seeing another woman at the time. He wasn't around a lot. She could have done whatever she wanted to do. All of these allegations of, I was forced, I was coerced, I had to stay, are nonsense. And it's going to be proven to be so.
That video, in the indictment, it alleges that your client paid hotel staff $50,000 to make it disappear from the hotel surveillance system. Did he pay off the hotel staff?
Not that I know of. I know that's an allegation.
Just say that he did, which I'm going to go ahead and believe that he did. So are y'all not having a problem with the hotel people and the staff? Y'all don't see these people never seem to call out all the people that participated. They just want to focus on the one person. The one person, Diddy dumb. Okay, let's keep it real. Diddy dumb. He did some dumb stuff around here. He ain't doing it by himself. Nobody ever wants to talk about anyone else that helped this process go on all this daggone time. Just, do you think he paid off the hotel? Ma'am, shouldn't the question be, well, what the hell is anybody going to do about them people that sat up there and they got paid off? We don't care about that, right? Nah, unless they're women, then all of a sudden, oh my God, these poor women.
I don't know that is true. What I was concerned about when I heard about this allegation is whether there was an allegation that there was some sort of law enforcement investigation pending, because then that would be a crime. But there was none. And so this is not a crime.
You said you're portraying this as adults who were at these events that wanted to be, I shouldn't even call them events. That's not certainly how anyone else would label it, but that they wanted to be there. But they also allege that they were recorded and essentially used as blackmail. Is that not true?
That's not true. That's not true.
How can you prove that when they have electronic evidence that, as they argue, over 90 cell phones, laptops, iCloud storage accounts, 30 electronic and storage devices, hard drives, thumb drives? Yeah. You're not worried about that?
No, because if they had it, they would have put it in the indictment. And it's not in the indictment.
When it comes to your client's credibility, I think people will look at what he said last fall. And it's not just his attorneys. I mean, he pays those attorneys. They're speaking on his behalf. They're the ones calling her claims baseless and ridiculous. And when you read the indictment today, they line up with what she alleged in that lawsuit last fall.
If the claim is that he had unwanted sex with her, that claim is baseless. And it will be proven to be baseless when we have a trial.
But the claim is obviously the conspiracy, the racketeering. It's much larger than just that, obviously, as you know.
Ma'am, you're the one that keep bringing up the women, and it's only one woman. That's all you want to talk about. Get it together, child.
It is, but the government wants it to be. But count 2, which is the sex trafficking count, relates to one person, and one person alone. All of this talk of dozens of victims and 50 witnesses, if they had that, if they really had it, it would be in the indictment.
Oh, child, why do these things end like that? Maybe it's me. All right. Well, that's what the lawyer had to say. That was last night on CNN. But now child, live from New York said Lizzo is next. Oh, Lord, y'all ain't shit. Shout out to everybody who is here. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. So Corey Holcomb was on last night. So we're going to go ahead and see what Corey had to say. You know he had something to say, child. And Let me see. What was I about to say? So it's him and Darlene only on here. They talked about a lot last night. I rolled over. It was on. But we're just going to listen to the Diddy part, see what he has to say. But I like somebody said in the chat, they will bring out everything that they need when the trial comes. They're not going to give everything right now. And the defense has an opportunity to be able to defend themselves. Do I believe a lot of the stuff that they said he did? I absolutely do. But you know what? You know, he's basically saying the same thing that I'm saying. People have X the way that they have X. They have X the way they have X. Just because you don't like it, just because I don't do it, don't mean that there's something wrong. It's what they agreed to do. So it's everything else thereafter. And all the people that were there and participating and watching and covering and helping, y'all missed all them people with R. Kelly, but are y'all going to get those people now? That would be my question. That'd be my question.
I got all kinds of people. Ooh, I know the show going to be lit today and all that shit. Everybody was hitting me up. Flame hit me up. I know you finna get that. All that shit. Y'all listen. Just let me let y'all know. I'm off 3 hours of sleep.
Oh no.
Last 2 days.
You need some maca juice.
If I drink some maca juice, I ain't waking up till Thursday night. That's real shit.
I thought it gives you a little extra oomph. No, it didn't.
How you know? You didn't drink it.
I drank my portion.
You punked out, D. You was supposed to kill it.
No way. Come on. I'm smaller than you.
What do you mean? You my size. We the same height and weight.
Whoa.
What is she talking
Your
about,
head
D?
alone, Corey, is more than me. Come on.
D, you got big ass head.
Oh, wow. No, I do not.
You don't think you Optimus Prime?
It is proportionate to my size, my body. Okay. Cabezón.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Flame Monroe say he will sing so he don't end up in sing.
That's pretty clever. That's pretty
Puff
clever.
pass it on. Gonna tell on everybody. I'm not here to rub it in. I'm not.
Can I actually say something? Do you remember you said
Go
he
ahead.
wasn't? You said he wasn't.
I said he wasn't what?
You said he'd never be arrested or he wasn't going to go to jail or whatever.
Well, I know that who came and told him to turn himself in? Wasn't it the feds? I'm just trying to make sure. See, I know when certain people put a case on you, it's scary.
After your house, after home raided, come on.
Right. When certain people come see you, it's like that scene in that movie, Belly. Remember they was playing ball and DMX was playing ball? And the dude was like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm trying to be righteous, but at the same time say righteous shit.
Sure.
The brother used his power and influence against the black community. That's the truth.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Shout out to Woke Quill. Thank you, honey. He said people online brag about doing the weirdest ish in the bedroom, but clutching pearls at the idea of women willingly going to celeb freak offs. F out of here. Absolutely. We see people sitting up here paying $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown. Come on now. Just wasting money, doing whatever, flying out, letting people fly them out, going to see people they don't even know. Then all of a sudden something happens. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. You can't want to be the man. And then when it's time to be a man, then try to turn into a biatch. Like, come on now. So I agree with you, for real. Telling too damn much, unnecessary and child. Exactly. But the same people who are outraged in the comments when I was looking at blogs, where they're flipping now saying that, how dare you do this to a black man? Like, what? Pick a side. Like, what are we doing? He's and comparing this to Donald Trump. What the hell does Donald Trump have to do with this? But Donald Donald Trump is free. What? He paid off a whore. What are we talking about right now? Oh, Lord. Come on, Corey Holcomb, because now I'm getting mad.
I didn't see him beating up on white bitches. I didn't see him beating up on Caucasian women. I didn't hear about him getting Caucasian men dealt with. He used his power against the people in his community.
Where RBN at? Where RBN at? Because he ain't lying right now. What does RBN say? Black people love to be scammed. Shout out to everybody who is here, but Corey bringing it back down to the colors. He's absolutely right. How many behind the musics, behind the scenes and crap you just heard? You know about the music industry. You know about the acting industry. You know about all the rest of the industries. And yet you do whatever you need to do in order to get in there. And Cat Williams tried to tell everybody that's what it was, even though everybody really knew. And now we're supposed to be acting like somebody said clutching our pearls now. No, like what Quill said, we're supposed to be clutching our pearls now. No, everyone's an adult. Go do something about that damn dude from Nickelodeon. Go do something about that damn dude from Nickelodeon. Then I'd be like, oh yeah. Child, please.
And time has added up where our conglomerates, especially in the music industry, are going to fall. Homie from Chicago told me about 2 years ago, they finna put Puffy in jail. My homie, Diamond Drake. I don't know what inside he knew. This was before any of it jumped off. He said, oh, they finna put him in jail. I had no reason to doubt the homie, Diamond Drake, because Diamond Drake, he got a lot of knowledge. I'm not here to rub it in, but I'm saying you was a terror to us, the people, the women, and the men.
Thank you for saying and the men, because CNN seems to forget that. Earl, there's this white dude from Nickelodeon that did all these shows on there. That was for my kids. It wasn't for me. There's a whole documentary about his ass. Dan Schneider, there we go. Shout out to CIP. So he was nasty to kids. See, that's where all the energy really should be. You don't hear nobody talking about that. Like Amanda Bynes, the blonde haired girl, Ariana Grande, even some of the black kids. Like, he was out there being weirdo with the people that work there as adults as well. And that whole documentary came out and nobody seems to want to talk about that. I'm like, I can't even believe this stuff was going on right under everyone's nose. Like, on the shows. It's crazy. That whole thing, I couldn't even finish it. It was that bad. I couldn't even finish the whole damn thing.
I don't know if this is true about the baby oil. Was that real?
It was both. When they raided the LA house.
Come on now. Why is it weird to have baby oil? Child, black people have been having baby oil since baby oil was invented. I mean, he got 1,000 because we know he was using them for his parties. Why are we so focused on stuff that's so not even important?
All the cameras and stuff. You gotta read the I did.
It was a slippery slope like that.
I read the 14 page report that's available right now for everyone to see. And that was one of the things that they pulled out. They said that there was a collection of both lube and baby oil in the amount of like 1,000.
Sometimes you need lube.
We don't care. Exactly. We don't care.
I'm trying to make excuses for him. Yo.
And he didn't turn himself. He was arrested. Yeah, they went and got him.
Oh, they went.
He was going to turn himself in. Well, they were going to come get him the next day. They came early. Come on now.
And got him at the crib or something?
I thought it was a hotel. Yeah, it was a hotel. I forgot the name of it.
A hotel?
Very well known one in New York. Yeah. He shouldn't have went to New York, period. But anyway, oh well.
I wonder if Puffy gonna be like, this ain't what you want. I got video on almost everybody.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen. That is what's happening. What do you mean? I think that is.
Yo, I'm gonna get up to date on Rumble. I promise you. I gotta get ready for the dropping of the freak off tapes, y'all. Wow. It's gonna be a mess. Who gonna be on the tape, y'all? That's what I want y'all to tell me. Who gonna be on these freak off tapes?
It is what's happening. I mean, word on the street.
Let me ask it right. Who gonna be on the freak off tapes willingly participating? Who gonna be on the freak off tapes willingly participating? Because if you that DRUG'd out, right? Oh, hell no. You are out of order, Mama Gemini. No, don't break my heart. No, never, ever, never. Stop this. Blasphemy. Lord, help your people.
Take me to the king. Truth is, I'm tired.
I can't with you. Come on, Corey Holcomb, because now I'm mad. Mama Gemini making me mad.
As we know it, has been that he's got video on quite a few people.
I know he got video.
Stayed for
all
those
the people
parties.
who act like
who was it?
Corey think everybody gay. Remember, I've heard this.
Yeah.
I believe that a lot is about to be exposed because that man wasn't just some regular dude doing regular shit. That man got a video collection. And I know he got a video collection that the names are just go get sprinkled out.
Why y'all saying LeBron James? Why y'all saying LeBron? What LeBron do? I'm confused. Ain't he home with his wife and his kids? What is going on? Why y'all saying LeBron?
I know it. It's not the end. The arrest of the brother Puffy. This has layers, and it's going to validate Corey Holcomb because I told y'all Hollywood is a man-on-man orgy. The music industry is a man-on-man orgy. You'll see. You'll see. It's all gonna come out. Literally, it's gonna come out on video. So you can see the boo-booic ending of the boo-booic episodes of the boo-booic ventures of your favorite rappers.
I do have to give it up to you, though.
It's coming.
I got to give it up to you, though. You remember when what was it that you said? When everybody was all excited, including myself, because I thought it was something righteous. I thought it was pure and from the heart. When he gave up all those rights finally to his artists, and they were like, well, why now? We're not going to get anything off it. He got it.
The homie told me he finna go down.
You called it. You were like, something's up. Yeah, there's no way. Him. Why?
Do you know what them people made according to
he got the most of it when
reports when that making of a band came out?
Right, but not now. Now they're not going to get anything. It's not worth anything, they said. It's literally he got all the money. So to give them their rights back, it's like, okay, what do we do with it? What do we do with it now? You squeezed it dry. Like, in other words, you're giving it to us now. Why?
Somebody say everybody was grown. I don't see nothing wrong if everybody was grown. I didn't say wrong since I've been on the air tonight. What I'm saying is I am glad that people are about to get exposed because I feel like artists who don't move like that are being stagnant. stagnated. Is that the word? Is that a word?
Yeah, like held back. Like
artists who deserve to move up but don't fit in the boo-booic categories. Really talented people who aren't on the boo-booic side of the game can't. It's not just music.
Damn, he yelling at us. Yeah, boo-booic is the new word. So I agree. Like I said, the acting, the rap, the regular music, all these industries that people be dying to get into, people who be dying to get up close to somebody who's rich, then you get what it is that you've been looking for. Now you mad and you want to cry foul. That's not what we doing around here, child. Everybody was an adult, like the person is saying, and unless you got it on tape, honestly, in my opinion, I'm thinking if you don't have it on tape, then it's your word against my word. And why is your word better than mine? Oh yeah, in the United States, it's because it's women's child. Shout out to Supreme Tim for the 10. Ooh, look at that. Thank you so much, Hannah. I appreciate you. He said, should this be on the level of Jeffrey Epstein? P. Diddy may not see the inside of the courtroom at 26 Federal Plaza. They were telling me that that's where Jeffrey Epstein was. So, child, I don't know. I hope, and I would hope, let me not say I hope because I don't care, but I would hope that Diddy may have it in some way that all the rest of the tapes is somewhere else to prove himself. All right, that everybody try to act like I'm innocent, and maybe they not as innocent as they try to play themselves to be. Because everybody an adult child, even though they like, Cassie was only 19, she was an adult. She was an adult. And if you're trying to pull that, let's always go back to these people's parents. Because we've seen the video with Bieber out there, wherever the hell they were at with Puffy, with Usher out there, wherever they were at with Puffy. It's like Puffy Camp or something. Who let them out there? Who let them go? Who dropped them off? Who said it was okay? But nobody ever wants to look at it from that perspective either. Just be all effing wrong.
It's entertainment. We talked about how the police are a gang. The police aren't the only gang. The boo-booic gang is stopping progress for people who ain't on the boo-booic side of the game.
It's called power. It's called being in power.
Right, but I'm saying these people meaning the civilians, they don't get it. They think somebody like me is a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a man who found out when he got to Hollywood. Just try to listen to my side. A man who came out here all the way from Chicago, drove down here on a revoked license, saw big ass yaks and moose on the goddamn interstate. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. I didn't know how big a moose was until that motherfucker was in the...
Did y'all know who Corey Holcomb was? Because I didn't until I came on YouTube. So how is it that I'm just got questions now that he's saying this, because I don't know not one movie I've ever seen Corey Holcomb in, right? I just feel like I just know him from YouTube. So Kevin Hart came out and he took off. He everywhere. He everywhere doing everything with everybody. Okay. So what did he do before? Like, what was he in? Like, what was he doing? But he not as big as Kevin. He not as big as, like, you know, who else is there? Eddie Murphy. I mean, Eddie is from the older time, though. So he was like in, what is it called in Hollywood, where you go on Rodeo Drive or something and you do comics and stuff like that? Okay. Kevin Samuels? Is that who? Stop this. Oh, Kevin Hart. My bad. I'm like, wait a minute now. Kevin Hart, my bad. Oh, he was in Think Like a Man. Child, I don't even know if I remember that. Oh, Wild and Out. I don't watch that either. Okay. All right. I was gonna say he ain't A-list for sure. He's D-list. Maybe he's C, I guess. But yeah, no, I don't think he's I don't think he's like a list or even a B list comedian. I just don't think so. You don't see him in movies being featured, being next to people like Martin B. and like even Will Smith. Everything that he does, I don't know. Clearly, he wasn't on the Boo Booick trail, child.
Middle of the freeway, and we passed by. That motherfucker looked at me like, "Get your hoe ass out." You don't know how big a moose is. I came out here chasing my dreams. And then I found out, oh, well, I don't fit into this shit. I ain't finna get down like that. Time of vindication is coming. Not because I want somebody to fall, but we need to see who people are. I ain't saying nothing about right or wrong. Hey, I do feel like a man putting his penis inside another man is something that is not necessarily building strong men in the community. If you get hit wrong by your boy, if me and Phil was really a secret couple, how does that make the Coin Academy what we want the Coin Academy to be?
All right. I think he done anyway. So that's what he has to say. I feel like we kind of on the same page, me and Corey Holcomb. And child, Boo Booick, we taking that into 2025. All right. ABCD, Whoredom, and Boo Booick. All right. So TMZ has updated their site. Diddy denied bail at appeal hearing. So this is at 2:09 PST, which is like 5. And there is the lawyer. Let's see if this has anything to say.
With over 15,000 cables, connectors.
Come on.
So we made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has a great amount of electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable. Nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial, and I'm going to be pushing for that. He's ready. He's focused. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective. I obviously would much prefer to fight this case with him out of jail, and we are going to try to bring that about through additional legal process. But wherever he is, his resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer. I'm not really going to take any questions, but at this point, we are moving forward. We're preparing for trial as we speak, and we are considering our next steps and appealing the court's ruling from today. All right. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. He's doing good.
You know they want to rush the trial. I'm pretty sure that will be next to get this done ASAP so he can at least not sit in jail for forever in case he can get out. The attorney's name is Mark Agnifilo, and he's refusing to back down after losing out on their bail appeal hearing. So this is when the kids came in, because I did see this earlier. Who that ain't no child. To my girlfriend. How many kids he got? 6. Quincy's there. He the only one I know because he looked like Albie Shore. Maybe he got some extra kids around here I ain't know about. Egnifilio, his lawyer, he's hoping to get Diddy's case to trial sooner rather than later. Okay, later to minimize the amount of time I have to spend behind bars. Shout out to me. YouTube law pays off for me. Per Agnifio, he's hoping to get okay. He also called out the rapper's prison conditions as inhumane, though the lawyer said Diddy is ready and focused ahead of the trial. Diddy's fight to get out of jail stopped in its tracks because after arriving at court today to appeal a judge's ruling, he shouldn't be released on bail. He's headed back to the detention center. The rap mogul arrived at a federal courthouse in New York City Wednesday, where his sons Christian and Justin came out to support their dad, though ultimately the judge in the case decided not to grant Diddy bail. All right, that's basically it. That's basically it. All right. So that's the update, which we already know. So no surprises there. But, guess who else has something to say, child? Your fave, Dr. Umar. No Diddy, no Kelly. I don't know what this means, but we about to listen to it together. Dr. Umar, where you at? Are you outside the school? You outside of something.
Can I be your baby daddy? My beautiful African queen. You asked me, can I be your baby daddy? Okay. Let me answer the sister. She wants to know if I can be her baby daddy. So this is how I'm going to answer the question.
So there's some woman out here in the midst of everything that's going on, dealing with Dr. Umar, talking about, can I be your baby daddy? And God forbid if he would go ahead and go through with it, right? And she get pregnant, but he don't marry her. One, he going against everything that he says, even though he already has. And two, you trying to tell us again that women don't be knowing what they be doing? All right, y'all.
This is how I'm going to answer my beautiful African sister's question. She wants to know if we can go half on a baby prince of Pan-Africanism. She wants to know.
I love that song, Half on a Baby. Shout out to R. Kelly. Shout out to R. Kelly.
If we can go half on a baby prince of Pan-Africanism. First of all, my beautiful African sister. First of all, my beautiful African sister. You need to be in your 30s at least. Mid-30s preferable. Mid-30s preferable. That's number one. We got to do a birth certificate check on that age. No Diddy. We need to do a birth certificate check on that age. No Kelly. We need to do a birth certificate check on that age. No Diddy. We need to do a birth certificate check on that age. No Kelly. So that's first off. That's first off. Baby mamas must be in their 30s. Okay?
Oh, he trying to say the community. The baby, look, baby mamas must be in their 30s. He got standards. Look at that. He trying to help out and say he don't want no 20-year-olds to be baby mamas, just 30-year-olds. I thought he's about to be talking about Diddy. He over here salivating against somebody who wants to. Anyway, shout out to Shamarcus up in here. Thank you so much, hon. He said, down goes Diddy. Next big tip. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I just have a feeling her bail hearing ain't going to go the same as Diddy's.
And you must be serious enough about the struggle to be graduated to wifey status in the Ifa Tunde queendom. Because I'm not just looking for a baby mom. I need wives. I need queens. I need queens who can hold down the kingdom while I struggle for African independence. Mm-hmm. I need a queen, not a baby mom. I need a queen who can hold down the kingdom while I struggle for African liberation. So first we're going to do the birth certificate check. And then we're going to do an STD check. Oh. We got to run your blood work, sister, to make sure you ain't passing off no EBGBs. We got to do an STD check.
Not the heebie-jeebies, but if he be watching TikTok, I understand. Shout out to the heebie-jeebies and shout out to Casey Cap for another 5. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Stream sponsor, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for always supporting the channel. Shout out to everyone that has donated today. Thank you so much. If you did get a membership, please make sure you thank Casey Cat. Please, everybody, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Dr. Umar is over here flirting on camera, child.
We got to make sure you ain't passing off no EBGBs, my beautiful African
No
queen.
EBGBs.
We got to make sure the Yoni-verse is not cursed. I said we have to make sure the Yoni-verse is not cursed. I said we have to make sure the Yoni-verse is not cursed. So once we do the birth certificate check, we do the STD check, then we're going to do a credit check. Let's do a credit check. See how much debt you got. We got to do a credit check, my queen. We got to do a credit check, my queen. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We got to do the credit check. Oh, yes. So after we do the birth certificate check, we do the STD check. We're going to do a credit check. Then we're going to do a crazy check to make sure you ain't got no major mental illnesses. Much respect to all my sisters suffering from major mental illness. But if you have serious substance abuse problems, although I am a psychologist, I'm not looking forward to being my wife's therapist. I said, although I am a psychologist, I am not looking forward to being my wife's therapist. I said, although I am a psychologist, I am not looking forward to being my wife's therapist. So if you got psychotic issues, schizophrenic issues, major substance abuse issues, post-traumatic stress, if you got a little bit too much going on in your mental universe, in your emotional universe, if you got too much going on,
Lord have mercy, sir.
I'm going to have to pass off because I can't wife out a spiritual vampire.
Damn.
I refuse to wife out a spiritual vampire. Emotionally dysfunctional people are spiritual vampires. They have too many problems to focus on anything but themselves. I said emotionally dysfunctional Africans are spiritual vampires. They have too many problems to focus on anyone except themselves. See, when I come home, you got to have my bath water ready. When I come home, you got to rub my feet. When I come home, you got to rub my back. When I come home, you got to have the greens with the turkey juice. You got to have the deviled eggs. You got to have that vegan lasagna. You got to have those oxtails.
You gotta be whatever he wants you to be. You gotta rub his back, his feet, his toes, his eyeballs. You gotta put the collard greens in the bathtub. Child, you supposed to be talking about Diddy. He over here talking to this woman.
Those neck bones. Listen, I can't serve the people and I gotta come home and serve your spiritually dysfunction. It's not gonna work. That's why we're gonna start having retreats to heal the queens and the kings. If you know of a good retreat location for Dr. Umar to host the retreat, you need to send me the information. You need to send me the information. I need a place in California for the retreat. I need a place in Phoenix for retreats. I need a place in Georgia and Florida for retreats. Do we have a good place up in the mountains of Michigan, up in the hills of Illinois? Do we have a good retreat location in Maryland and Pennsylvania? We need retreat locations in Omaha, in St. Louis, in Kansas City, because it's time to heal.
Lord have mercy. All right, I done had enough of him, child. I done had enough of him, child. So anyway, I feel like we got all that we can have at this point as far as Diddy is concerned. He denied, he's staying in jail. The lawyer out here run off at the mouth. Baby oil. He probably staying in until the trial starts and the kids are fine. That's it. I don't even know what else there is at this point. So unless they start giving up some more information, it's just a waiting game as far as I can tell. Now, there is some girls that's been talking about this for a while. She has a whole documentary, but I don't feel like going over that tonight because it's already like almost 2 hours. So I'm going to let that be for now. We know, as far as I can tell, everything we can. So what should we do? Go on over to Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to Saint Fan. Thank you, honey. He said, what in the hell? Who are these chicks that keep thirsting over this dude? This is the point, Saint Fan. That's why I said all this trying to act like the women from Diddy are victims is crazy. Women are ready and willing participants. Just like with R. Kelly. No matter what was said, the trial didn't matter. They still was going after his ass. They was still going to him. They was still seeking him out. And I just can't have any sympathy for these people. I don't. That's just me, though. Let the other people have it, okay? But anyway, so Pink Book just put out a video, I think, a little while ago, 2 hours ago. A new documentary exposes Kamala's prosecutorial targeting of Black people and destroying their lives. Let's see what she got to say, y'all.
D.L. Hughley, Charlemagne, Kamala's radio defense team, as well as all the shills pushing the What You N-Words Need to Know Kamala Harris post. Yeah, for those who don't know, after she was endorsed by Biden and she started getting backlash, this is how Kamala Harris fought Black people. She had her shills put out this post on
things you ninjas need to know before you vote. Is this real? Things you ninjas need to do. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Social media, all of them from Jamel Hill to Charlemagne the God. Now, they don't talk to any other voter block like this, but they thought this was the best way to communicate with Black people. And on that post, they released a bunch of disinformation, straight up lies about Kamala to combat the truth. Kamala, she sent out people like Michael Eric Dyson, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley, all to tell lies and run interference, telling us she didn't lock anybody up, but criminals that should have been there. Well, meet Miss Peoples. She's one of the many Black women and Black men prosecuted by Kamala Harris with her truancy laws. Remember?
Oh, we covered her. Shout out to us. We're gonna listen to some of it, but we already know because we be doing the damn thing over here. Shout out to us.
As the California AG, Kamala created this to specifically target Black people, mostly Black women. And here's one of the true stories of many.
I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom, and I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
I'm so proud of you right now because you walked all the way down here and I wasn't expecting you to walk.
My daughter, Shayla, suffers from sickle cell anemia, a chronic, painful genetic disease.
As a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick.
It's a very sharp stabbing pain and it hurts a whole lot.
Black people make up 90% of sickle cell cases in the US. That's 9 out of every 10 cases. And of all Black babies born, about 1 in 13 are born with a sickle cell trait, meaning they have inherited a sickle cell gene from one parent. It's absolutely horrible.
From my chest all the way down, it hurts, including my side.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
Kamala's horrible policies hurt mothers like me and the Black community. My name is Sheree Peoples, and this is my story. I am a single mother. I've worked as a certified nursing assistant and a caregiver. My daughter Shayla was born in 2002. When she was born, she was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. It affects all major organs in the body and also causes extreme pain. Her whole life, she has been on medications like morphine and Dilaudid to help her control the pain. In addition, she had to undergo blood transfusions every 3 weeks. My lifestyle became taking care of her almost full time. It is pretty typical for kids with Shayla disability to miss a lot of school.
I just got out of school. I've done 3 full days this week. Oh, I'm so tired.
And for years, the teachers were aware of her condition and her absences were all excused. California schools get their state and federal funding based off of average daily attendance. Schools are paid about $30 per student per day.
It's always about money. And back when Kamala was the AG in California, the ADA per student per year was between $9,000 to $10,000. That number is much higher today. Back in 2020, it was $15,000, and now it's over $21,000 per year per student. That's for basic students. Remember, they get way more if they can place a disability on your child. So yeah, they're definitely getting more for physical disabilities, mental disabilities, and learning disabilities. This is why they're also eager to place the ADHD label on kids. So yeah, Kamala lied. She said that she went after parents to stop crime. She was only going after them for money. No different than keeping men in prison past their release dates to save money, have free labor for them to fight fires for the state. It's all about money and exploiting Black bodies, just like her Irish slave master ancestors in Jamaica.
No, don't say it's so. It cannot be so. Oh yeah, it's so. Because child, like I said, we done already went over this, but you know, it's not hard to check and to see if someone has an excuse before you go and prosecute them. I'm confused. So no one had a conversation with this woman. Nobody asked, you know, what happened, child? Where's she at? And if the people in the school knew, how did it get that far? That's my question. Like, how do you get it? My niece has it. How does it get this far that she's going to get arrested? It's crazy.
In San Francisco, we threatened the parents of truants with prosecution.
I first heard of Kamala.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Why isn't she and anyone else trying to get the parents whose gremlins are out here terrorizing, but you worrying about kids in school? Just like PBL just said, it's because they get money from that. And honestly, based off of what we saw from the dude from Washington, D.C., Tremaine, whatever his name is, and he getting kickbacks by keeping the violence going in the community. Child, you can't tell your colors anything. You like Donald Trump. I need somebody to make sure that they pull the tape where I said that I've ever said that I like Donald Trump. I promise you ain't there none.
Kamala Harris, when she got elected California Attorney General.
We are putting parents on notice. We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
She wrote a report saying truancy was costing California schools $1.4 billion a year in funding.
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding.
I want money.
Kamala then wrote a law making it criminal for parents if their kids miss school time. Kamala even wrote a book called Smart on Crime.
You can read an excerpt from the book that she just plugged shamelessly. It's called Smart on Crime.
Talking about arresting parents for truancy.
I sent a letter on my letterhead out to every parent in the public school system.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. It was like a crazy intimidation tactic.
I'm going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
I thought, wow, this woman doesn't have any empathy. Is it because she's not a mother?
I was about to say she don't have any kids, so she wouldn't have a clue. She wouldn't even think that far, even though I don't have kids with any physical, you know, they're healthy. I'll just say that they were healthy, but if they were sick, they had to go. In daycare, if you were sick, you had to go. You had a fever, you had to go. Like, I can't even imagine what the hell it would be if you had something like sickle cell anemia and then you have your, I don't know what it's called, like a flare up or whatever, and you have to be in the hospital, especially if you're a child, you probably have to go to the hospital a lot of the time. No, it's something that could be easily found out. And why would you send that as something that you do? Because of the money? That's what it sounds like to me. And that's not because of the way that, you know, PBL put it together. That's what they just said, how much they get for each kid. So we don't want to miss out on none of the money. But you don't see her with all this tactic doing that to any of these kids. There was a kid that just was 8 years old and took the car and went to like Walmart or something, if I'm not mistaken. Just ignore all that. No, it doesn't matter. You don't know. They need help. They got to feed their families.
I also thought, how could she not understand it would disproportionately affect people of color, single Black mothers?
She also didn't care.
Child, now you know I'm not for that. Now, you know I'm not for that. If you disproportionately affected, you know, not because you Black and not because you're a single mom, because that was your choice now. Come on. Come on now. I can go with the sick kid, but not because you're a single mother. Where the daddy at? You know, since we're bringing it up. Where the daddy at?
That it will mostly impact Black children because she doesn't care about Black children. She's not us. She's a red dot Indian who was raised a significant amount of time in Canada, mixed with a daddy born in Jamaica, Irish and Indian. She's a cosplaying, pretending chameleon, an Indian-raised woman trying her best to act like an American Black woman by associating herself with the Black Divine Nine in HBCUs, the biggest scammer ever. So no, she didn't care because she never saw herself as one of us in the first place. Now listen closely to what Kamala Harris did to this woman. And I want Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, Michael Eric Dyson, fake Tamika Mallory, Angela Wright. I want y'all to respond to this.
But honestly, I didn't imagine it could affect me. Her teachers had her medical records from the Children's Hospital. I even had a 504 plan, which was an agreement between the school district and the parents to provide care for students with disabilities. It was April 18th, 2013, in the morning. I'm in my pajamas. I had just fed my daughter, gave her medications, sent her off to school. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house, and they started banging on the door. I opened up my door, and 2 officers entered my home. They told me I was under arrest.
Child, why she use this daggone video and music from 1970? Why does it sound like a 1970s like prawn start of a movie or something?
For my child missing school. They said I was going to jail. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
Then they handcuffed me. So they take me outside for what you call a perp walk. And oh my God, the TV news was there. The newspapers were there. You could swear I had killed somebody. It was degrading and humiliating. I was taken to the Criminal Justice Center. They took my mugshot. I was fingerprinted like a criminal, and I was terrified.
And it felt like I caused her so much pain because in reality, it is because of me, even though I know it's not directly my fault.
Man, this is horrible. She's blaming herself for what Kamala did to them. No, this was not her fault. She was a disabled child. Kamala knew this and went after them anyway. Why? Because the pretending chameleon was a woman with an agenda and aspirations of being president dating back to 2008. Kamala used them in California to humiliate them for political gain. She targeted and criminalized them, something she won't even do to illegal immigrants. Remember? Kamala said she would decriminalize illegal immigration, but she was out there in California searching for charges to put on Black people. That's your so-called progressive prosecutor. Yeah, they love talking about this fake record that she's so proud of, but they never bring up the thousands of cases like this.
Sorry.
The next day, the Orange County Register showed the pictures of my arrest. They even had a close-up picture of my hands in handcuffs to show here's a Black mother being arrested.
It was a truancy rate at over 2.5 times that of white students.
Everyone knew most truant kids were Black. I think Kamala Harris wanted me as an example to threaten other single Black mothers, like, this can happen to you if you don't get your kids in class. The police even put out a press release naming me and other Black single mothers like Toya Daniels.
Damn! Hold on. Come on, Cam. Hold on.
The police even put out a press release.
6 parents arrested on criminal charges for putting school-age children at risk by allowing chronic truancy. Well, where was Kamala when that kid in Baltimore, and I know she ain't out there in Baltimore, but when remember the lady who said, my son got to start school all over. He's supposed to be valedictorian with a .013 grade point average. He worked hard. Child.
Naming me and other.
They freaking naming people. Wow.
Other Black single mothers like Toya Daniels who got arrested the same day. But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges: failure to supervise and encourage school attendance and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I couldn't believe it. They framed my daughter as a gang member and basically charged me with neglect. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
Like 10 different prosecutors. They kept pressuring me to plead guilty and spend a year in jail. But I kept refusing because I did.
So where the hell the child supposed to go if she go to jail for a year to plead guilt? Goodbye.
Nothing wrong. All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my child. I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
Damn.
Think about it. Her child was already fighting sickle cell. Then they had to fight Kamala for over 2 years, putting them in a position that caused way more stress on both of them, especially the child. More stress placed on her body from Kamala targeting them and trying to send her only caregiver to jail for no real reason. That's how she ended up having a stroke, which ended up causing permanent damage.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
In 2015, after 2 years, they finally just gave up and dismissed my case. In 2018, the Supreme Court of California ruled that truancy cannot be punished by incarceration. It was unconstitutional. The courts finally stopped Kamala Harris' abuses. When I look back, I ask, why did Kamala Harris arrest me? Why was Kamala Harris so insensitive to a Black woman with a handicapped child? Well, first, I learned that Kamala Harris has no common experience with Black people. She grew up with an Indian mother. I remember she kept saying she was Indian.
To become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
What we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
And I learned she grew up in Canada, not in the United States, and went to a wealthy high school. I think in Canada, she must not have been exposed to American values, which respects the rights of individuals. When Kamala Harris ran for president in 2019, they asked her about arresting people like me, and she just lied her ass off.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up.
Wow. Wow. And we know that Charlamagne ain't gonna push back. He all for her to toss him in with the blue no matter who Kamala group. Did you even look into it, Mr. Charlamagne always telling somebody to look into something?
Look, right there on the Breakfast Club, lying to millions of Black people. Once again, Kamala, she's been lying on Black national radio now for the last 6 years. And all these folks protecting her and lying for her, spreading disinformation every day, none of them can be trusted. They are constantly bringing people on the Breakfast Club to lie for Kamala. Ricky Smiley is lying for Kamala. Steve Harvey, NDL Hughley. You know, the Q-Dogs run the radio according to Steve Harvey. Yeah, they're running lies for Kamala. Wonder if they will care for this real Black American woman and protect her like they protect this Indian lady cosplaying as a Black American woman.
We never sent a parent to jail, and no parent went to jail. And we did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
It's ironic because Kamala helped raise money to bail out murderers, rioters, and thieves. But she thought I belonged in jail because I had a handicapped child. To me, Kamala is fake. She just repeats stupid things like unburdened.
What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened by what has been? I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
I found out she only became Attorney General because she was a mistress to the married San Francisco Mayor, Willie Brown.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Do I need to look into Willie Brown? I know everybody been talking about it, child.
What has been? I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
I found out she only became Attorney General because she was a mistress to the married San Francisco Mayor, Willie Brown. And today I see she tries appealing to Black audiences by putting on fake urban accents.
And we're going to do it again in 2024.
Black people are very down to earth. This is insulting to us.
You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Kamala, how stupid do you think we are? And I saw Kamala's Twitter photo. That's from like 20 years ago. She's 60 years old today. Even with the heavy makeup, you can see she's 60. I've seen her pretending to be talking on the phone, avoiding the press. She's a terrible actress. She was calling young people stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
With Kamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
The laugh is so insincere.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. Eddie, I am radical.
All this woke and radical stuff doesn't do anything for me as a single Black mother. All it got me was inflation that hurt me and my kids. Grocery store prices are crazy. I can't pay for food on my income.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
Black people has been in America for 400 years, but Kamala pushes us to the back of the line behind illegals. Why? As voters are. She just filling up our schools with kids who don't speak English, just so they can get more government money. Illegals get free health care, but I have to pay. They get free housing, and I'm struggling to pay rent.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime?
And it's more dangerous in our neighborhood. We don't need Venezuelan gangs.
To this day, at 22 years old, I suffer from full paralysis on my right arm and partial in my right leg.
Oh.
Kamala Harris owes me an apology and my daughter an apology for what she did to us.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
Absolutely crazy. The permanent damage was caused by that stroke brought on from the stress of Kamala fighting them in court over these bogus charges. And get this, Kamala ran that office. She's the one who put this out here to prosecute them. And no, this was not the only woman. She had a bunch of cases like this, mostly Black women, but also Black fathers. It's very disgusting what she did to these folks in California. And the only way she's combating her horrible record is to send these shields out, lying and referring to us as N-words, saying what we need to know, while acting like they're fighting for justice for Black people at the same time. Where's Angela Rye, Tamika Mallory, Jamel Hill? I dare you to call this misinformation. Charlamagne, why didn't you interview Shayla and her mother? I dare you to call Miss Peoples and Shayla misinformation. Ricky Smiley, I dare you to call this a lie. You said she didn't lock anybody up. Why don't you get on the radio and tell everybody you lied and talk about what your sorority sister really did to these Black people right here? Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Rolling C.
Shout out to PBL. Back over to Twitter. Things you niggas need to know before you vote. Wow. Trump did not give you $1,200. Why do they keep saying this about this $1,200? Okay. The people who are talking about Trump didn't give you $1,200 are the same people that's mesmerized by her talking about $25,000 now. Excuse me. In order for you to allegedly buy a house, because if your ass was interested in buying a house, you don't need to wait for Kamala's $25,000 that I'm sure most niggas, because you have no financial literacy at all, think that you're going to get it in hand. And she knows that. And the $6,000 for businesses or something like that. Another thing that you don't need to wait around for Kamala for, because if you was really interested in your business like that, you could have been got out here and got some damn grant, got a damn loan, got some money, built up some business credit. What about that stuff? No, you don't want to learn what you need to do. You just waiting for someone to give to you. And the insultedness of this. Save that shit for Sexy Red. Save that shit for Sexy Red. This is insulting. Trump did not give you $1,200. It was a global pandemic, honey bun. That's why you got that free money. No, you bums were worried about that free money. And that's why all that is reaping by what you sowed from then. That's why your asses are getting kicked out. That's why your asses wasn't paying no rent. That's why your asses stopped getting them damn food stamps. That's why them asses stopped getting that daggone money on top of the unemployment. Y'all wanted to go buy cars. Y'all wanted to go on fucking vacation. Y'all wanted to buy fucking TVs. And now all that shit is on Orenthal Penn's channel showing your asses getting kicked out. Ain't no damn empathy yet again. Ain't no damn sympathy yet again, because you wasn't even doing what you were supposed to do. And now you think Kamala is supposed to give you all this money, but everybody's saying Trump did not give you $1,200. What she talking about is well above $1,200. Fooling fools. Fooling fools. Because you know damn well you probably got a house, not y'all. You probably got a daggone house back when Clinton was daggone president, or whoever the hell it was before him. And you the same people that lost your shit in 2008 because you didn't know what the fuck you was doing then, and you don't know what the fuck it is that you're doing now. Out there doing no doc loans, sitting up here saying you make all this money so you could get a big ass house and lose that shit. Kamala Harris is in fact black. Oh my God. This is what you niggas need to, yeah, this is for niggas, child. This ain't for us. This is for niggas. And for anybody that comes through and leaves a dumbass comment, this is for you. Because this is stupid. The point is that she's lying. And I'm not here to say that Donald Trump don't lie, because I know for a fact that he does. But what we not gonna do is act like she isn't, hasn't, and won't. That's the point. But y'all can't see past that type of shit, because you just want to be worried about what the fuck Roland and all the other people that she named got to say, because they in the DS fucking T, or I'm sorry, the D9, so they can be up there, get more money. PBL just explained that, like I said 1,000,001 times. It's about money. They getting money to say these things. They've already pointed out that the influencers are being offered money. Even Dr. Umar has been offered money in order to tout her. So they can tell their followers, because people too busy following along with people instead of doing their own damn homework. And if that's another vote that they can get, then that's a vote they're going to take, because you're going to be fooled by shit that you don't understand and you refuse to look into. Complaining every damn day. Look at them videos. Shout out to everybody that's following Reacts and that is signed up over there or subscribed to there. Shout out to everybody that's listening on Messy Michonne Reacts, because those videos are doing so good, showing all these women whining, complaining, and trying to think they're going to tell somebody about the rent. It's not fair. The food costs too much. The eggs, the milk is high. This is high. Everything's high. That's Biden fucking-nomics, y'all. That's Biden. Everything can't be Donald Trump's fault. He got plenty to take on his back. Everything can't be his fault. So when is it Joe Biden / Kamala's fault for what the fuck is going on right now? I'm confused. Child, you can't help those who don't want to help themselves. It's not fucking white supremacy. It's lazy primacy. You just lazy. You listening to people and you ain't even doing your own fucking research. You're doing no work for your damn self. I don't give a fuck if she's black or not. Shout out to Trina Downs in the building. That's how, everybody black down there in Dalton Thornton Township for the most part, any daggone way. But speaking of Dalton as the mayor, that's how you got Tiffany up in that bitch. She was a single mom. Child, what? How does that help me? How does that help me that she's a single mother? That's stupid. That's stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Tiffany because we got big bingo. That's stupid. That's stupid. I said that. I meant that. If you don't care about what you have in your future and how you're able to obtain it, then that's on you. Just like those women that willingly go to see Diddy, to go see R, to go see whoever the hell else, because you want to be in their company or whatever the hell it is. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Shout out to Live from New York. Thank you, honey. He said when Kamala loses, they will blame. Oh, you know already. Y'all getting it. Hello, crusty, dusty, musty, rusty, ashy ass bums. Y'all already know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. That's absolutely what's about to happen. Why are we worrying about white supremacy, discrimination, and racism? Shit, internally, there's a damn enough right there. We ain't got to worry about them. We got to worry about us. You can't even have a difference of fucking opinion without somebody coming to attack. You see it in the comments all the time if you pay attention. I need to go back to Candyland and I'm Auntie Ruckus, all because I'm asking questions looking for fucking policies. And the shit she offering ain't gonna do shit for me. I already know there's money to buy a house. Fuck I need her for. I already know there's money out there to start a business. The fuck I need her for. She late for me. I think the prices should come down, but prayerfully I can afford food, but there's plenty of people who can't. They out here every day on TikTok whining about rent, saying the landlord is doing them wrong. What? I just saw somebody when I was perusing that said that minimum wage should be $50 fucking an hour. Every job ain't meant for you to live the rest of your life on. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Get your weight up, as my husband would say. Expand your damn skill set. And going to 4 to 5 year college ain't necessarily the way. Them student loans is yours, just like mine is mine. Child. Yeah, the Feds just lowered the interest rate. Yes, and sharply from what I understand. They still gonna complain. It's not enough. Nothing is ever enough. Don't you know that? That's why it's if the country turns into the socialist state and the government takes care of everything, I promise you them same people will still be complaining. There's just certain people who can never be satisfied and they're just miserable and they want everyone else to be miserable as well. 3, your vote does matter. Why is it that coloreds always have to be told to go register to vote? Help me understand why coloreds always have to be told to go register to vote. Child, once you turn 18, shouldn't you get registered and be registered? When you go to renew your license at some point, they gonna ask you pretty much. Somebody got to tell you to go get registered to vote? Do you ever see, no shade, it's Wednesday. Do you ever see white people doing that every election cycle? You gotta go get registered. You gotta go get registered. Maybe they do, and I only see it because I'm black, so I see it on the black hand side. Shout out to those that have heard that before. All right, well, I guess that's it, y'all. I'm so sick of you colors, I tell you. Anyway, y'all, I've had enough because now I'm all riled up. Shout out to Earl. He said we're too busy coloring. Oh, my goodness gracious, child. I can't do it. Well, listen, I'm done with it for today. All right, we're going to live stream tomorrow. Maybe we'll do Kendra G again, child. I don't know. I don't feel like getting riled up. We'll see if anything happens with Diddy, because I think that's just a done deal at this point. All right. But anyway, shout out to everybody who donated today. Shout out to all the channel members. Shout out to Casey Cat, stream sponsored today. I see you, hon. I appreciate you. Everybody, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Turn on notifications. We here tomorrow, child. I figure it out. I appreciate you. I see you all in the next one.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs. Millions and millions of dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. And it's a shame. Eating the cat, eating the cat. Eating the cat, 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 eating the cat. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs. Millions and millions of dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs. And it's a shame. Eating the cat, 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 eating the cat.